Balancing work and family life can be challenging, but volunteering can pay off in many other ways. Hello and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Laura Jones. With me is Bonnie Duncan. She is the CEO of the United Way of Hunterdon County. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, a lot of people say, oh, I'd love to volunteer. I'm just stretched to the limit. I've got too much going on. And to that, what do you say about the issues surrounding the balance?
I think that what we found is over the last few years that with the intensification of working or people having to do more at work with fewer hours to do it in really contributes to that. And a lot of the volunteers that we tend to rely on are those same volunteers that often have childcare responsibilities, and at the same time many of them now also have parental caregiving duties. So getting sandwiched like that leaves precious little time to do other things like
need other volunteers. You know what I find always interesting? You always have the same core of volunteers, and they always tend to be the busiest ones. Why is that, I wonder?
I think they figured out how to organize their life and how they've defined their own balance within their life, and making volunteerism a piece of that.
But even if it's just a short amount of time, you can contribute in many ways.
For sure.
Even if it's not through physically being at a place at a certain time. Let's talk a little bit about some of the strategies for nonprofits.
I think that, again, based on that new environment, nonprofits have been challenged and looked for different alternatives. So looking at things like chopping up opportunities so that they're shorter duration and more episodic, seeing whether or not you can engage an organization or a workplace so that the activity takes place during work instead of after on personal time, looking at creating more flexibility of when the activities are being offered, nights, weekends, looking for ways, which isn't always easy, of involving children so you can turn an individual opportunity to a family opportunity.
Oh, I didn't think about involving children in that, but now that I think of it, as a child, my mom, lucky for me, she was able to stay at home. And I remember she always took me to nursing homes and to do certain things. Can you talk about some of the individual benefits overall to volunteering?
I think that one of the big things is folks tend to kind of not recognize the incredible economic and social value that volunteering has.
An economic value to volunteering.
For sure. Our United Way alone logged over 12,000 hours last year, which has an economic benefit of about $200,000. So it's huge. And if you add up all the other organizations, it adds up to the billions of dollars in this country. So it is huge.
You know, one of the other things I find interesting is when a volunteer opportunity comes along, sometimes you say, I've never tried this before, and if I'm volunteering, what's the worst they can do? It's not like I'm going to lose my paycheck. You can discover new interests.
New interests, new hobbies, meet new people, a very diverse group of people that you might not otherwise meet in whatever circles you're with. So for sure, those are some of the ways. And I think that sometimes when you share what you volunteered in, your friends, your family, your school, your teachers tend to see another side of you, which is also a nice thing.
And finally, and we're closing out here, holiday hands. That's something that you do every year around the holidays. Tell us a little bit about it and what you need.
What we need are volunteers of all ages and all kinds of individuals, whether they're individuals, groups, families. We find a place for anybody who wants to participate. We match folks that are in need and looking for a little holiday cheer with folks who have the ability to support them. We match them and have a lot of other activities that we do throughout the holidays as well.
Okay, and you can go to your website for more information on getting involved. We thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for having us.
And we thank you for watching this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Laura Jones, and we'll see you next time.